In the darkest nights, we find our light. Battered souls, but we won't lose sight. Surviving together, never alone. Through every trial, we carry on. Surviving together, never alone. Through every trial, we carry on. Surviving together, we stand tall. United forever. Strength and courage will overcome. Surviving together, victorious, and never, never alone. Hand in hand, we'll face the unknown.
We see you, we hear you, and we believe you. Hey everyone, how you doing? I'm still getting used to the timing on this, and I'm also realizing that I do believe my camera is dying. At least on my end, things look a little fuzzy, but that's okay because Black Friday is coming up, and these kinds of things are definitely on my radar for Black Friday. So camera, like a light, like one of those small lights people have for, YouTubers. So I don't have to have all this, trying to do all this. It would just be so nice to just have one thing, boom, boom, boom. So that is our goal. And getting a new butt pillow as well. I love my butt pillow. I have to have it. I sit so much for work and with you guys and researching that a good butt pillow is essential. Essential. So, what did we decide to do today? What did I decide to do? Hey, Ben, you didn't realize I was Mac? Yes, we have lots of Sharons and Shannons that kind of come around and in and out and things, and people will be talking to each other in the chat, and I was never exactly sure who was who. So, Ben Bacon Bits B3. I love that. No, you're sorry together. It's my nickname. Actually, Mac is my nickname. It's actually not my given name, believe it or not. But, and that is because we just had too many of them. Too many of us in here. Just so weird. Oh my goodness, I better do roll call before you guys get away from me. Seventh, good to see you. I'm so glad you're here. Crystal M, I'm glad you're here. Then there's me. Misha is here, but not here. She is around and listening. Janet will not be with us today. She is playing with her mama today, which is just, I think, awesome. Ben Bacon Bits is here. So glad to have you, Deaudrey. Oh, I'm so glad you joined us. What's for dinner? Because isn't it always like dinner time around you for you? It's like, what, 5 hours? Maybe you already ate dinner. I don't know. All I know is that we are thawing some of David's leftover chili that he had made like a double batch, and we are only at the last bag because we, vacuum sealed them, and it's, yeah. So we got hot dogs and Frito chips, and I don't know, we'll probably air fry some French fries or something. And I only have them for one more week, so I have to take advantage of everything that I can with him. Body Lotion, so glad you're here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Dinner was already had. Fish and garlic bread, lazy food. See, I never make fish because I don't like the smell of cooking fish. I know it's really strange, but, well, maybe not. I guess some people, I do like to eat white fish, and I'm coming to like salmon. I realized I've had some bad salmon in the past, and you just can't, it's been cooked too much. Hasn't been good. So I'm getting better with it, with different kinds of fish. Shannon, did I say hi to you? I'm not sure if I did or not. So I'm just seeing you again. So saying hi again. Um, excuse me, guys. Still trying to get over this cold. I will try and hit the mute button whenever I can remember, but generally that means I will probably forget to turn it back off again, and you guys will be able to hear me. Smoked salmon. I have had smoked salmon before. I think that the kind that I had originally was not very good, and that's really turned me off salmon because I like smoked anything pretty much. It was a very fake smoke flavor, and so it wasn't an authentic. Somebody actually took the time to do it. Just how they do anything commercialized. It was probably like liquid smoke they poured over it and called it good. It was kind of disgusting, and it's really easy to overcook fish too. I have had some really good red snapper when I was down in the Caribbean, though, and I did not think that I would like red snapper, but it's really yummy. I did like it. I liked it a lot. Didn't have any locks, but I actually did have a bagel yesterday. Ben, I think they're smoking with a salmon, so you just got to make sure you have the tub of water there. I don't think they're rolling the salmon itself, because that just, bleh. But you could smoke with your salmon. That would be fun. Apparently, smoked food is bad for us, but that won't stop me. Oh, hell no. Smoked Gouda has got to be one of my favorite cheeses in the entire universe. I love Havarti, smoked Havarti, even better. I have not had fish and chips outside the United States. So I can't say who's got better, but I definitely like them. We had Arthur Treacher's. I don't know if anybody remembers that name, but it was a New York, kind of like Long John Silver's chain in the 70s. And that's where we used to go, and we used to get fish and chips and the malt vinegar, the whole 9 yards. Man, now I'm digging that, not chili dogs for dinner. Thanks, guys. Well, I think if you steam your Twinkies and your ding dongs, at least the ding dongs, I think, are going to lose their chocolate coating. So they're definitely going to be healthier for you. I can see that. You had Arthur Treacher's in Detroit too, really? No idea how far that went. I just remember like being 5 years old. Last time that I remembered that. My Carvel ice cream before Baskin Robbins. Well, not before Baskin Robbins, but a different. They're the ones that had the ice cream cakes that you would go in. Just fried Twinkie. I have not had a fried Twinkie yet, nor have I had a fried Snickers, and I'm really salty about that because I really feel that my life isn't complete until I have one of those or a fried King Dong. I can't say I like Twinkies a lot because I don't get them ever because I will eat the crap out of anything. Oh no, 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 not that Arthur Treacher. Seventh, where are you getting these delicious foods? Fried peanut butter cups? I've been doing nothing but eating Reese's this weekend. I gotta be honest with you guys. They're really, really yummy, but they're so dang small now, right? I mean, they're like, yeah, they're about this big. it used to be that when you got the Halloween candy, they had the single serve Reese's. They were just one Reese cup. They didn't shrink them as well. And now they're just shrinking everything. You made the fried peanut butter cups yourself? Ooh, yum. Yum, yum, yum. I've never heard of them fried either. Ooh. This is yeah, we're starting off bad here. We're starting off hungry. I don't know how long I'm gonna make it through this then. So listen, guys, I wanted to let you know this is kind of my attempt today to start a little bit into getting into talking about self-care, the holidays, the stress that goes along with it. Hey Todd, so glad you're here. You made them with pancake batter. Oh. The specialty Reese's, the Christmas trees, and the Easter. Yeah, they are. Shannon, you're with me. I know. David came home with an entire bag of Reese's, and it was like they're 60% off. And really, I'm like, why didn't you have 5 bags then? But it's exactly right. I'm loving this. I'm loving this pancake batter idea. This is definitely. You put a pizza in the oven. How many minutes we got, Misha? 20? 15? Depends on how. You don't recommend deep frying the Cadbury eggs? Didn't turn out as well, did it? Well, somebody else to keep an eye on the clock because I know I never do when I'm in here. But I wanted to be sensitive to you guys to start talking about the holidays a little bit, start talking about self-care, start talking about what are we going to be facing at this time of year, because it is really stressful for a lot of people, even if you don't have past trauma, even if you don't consider yourself to have particularly adverse childhood experiences, dealing with family or lack thereof, friends, lack thereof, gift giving, not getting, everything that has, to do with the holidays, shopping and cooking and stressing over everything or stressing over nothing because that's what's in front of you. Both ends of the spectrum can be extremely difficult for people and very, very triggering. And so we want to try and get you guys through the holiday season, through the new year with as little problems as possible. And maybe by the time the new year rolls around, you'll have learned a little something about yourself, because in putting together some of the information for today, I should say the research that I'm doing on the topic of grief and trauma as a bigger concept. At first, when I was looking this, I was looking at grief and trauma and saying, okay, well, how does grief impact trauma? How does trauma impact grief? Is there particular things that we need to take into consideration because it's traumatic grief? There's all different kinds of ways to look at this. And I decided with grief, I want to explore complex grief. I want to explore grief in regards to childhood trauma. I want to explore just the grieving process in general, CPTSD and grieving, because remember, CPTSD does not have to be childhood. The C stands for complex, so that can develop out of adult toxic relationships, right? Hi, Village. How you doing, Misha? It's good to see you. I like it. I like the name. Definitely. Crystal says Christmas had to be perfect, was extremely stressful. You were expected to do cleaning, making things perfect around the house. Yeah, that's I feel that because definitely my dad is a clean freak when it comes to, we would have people over, or, you didn't, vacuum the ceilings, you didn't dust in the corners, you didn't, there's just all different kinds of ways we could fall down, right? And I really think it was my mom's mom when she moved in with us. It was in high school, middle of high school, somewhere around there. And she really brought a sense of it's going to be okay to my dad, like that you don't have to have the hold so tight. They learn and they grow, and they can't grow if you have that hold so tight and you're always so strict about what they have to do, and not letting anything really grow organically. And so it's when I heard somebody speaking about their experience of healing their trauma through the grieving process, because there's this grieving of what we've lost, this notion of grieving our lost inner child, grieving our lost opportunities, grieving our, I mean, you name it, fill in the blank there, right? With whatever your experiences are. And it's through that grieving that we ultimately heal that trauma. And we have to do the work in regards to the trauma in terms of identification and digging into ourselves and analyzing things and really realizing where they come from, and, all of that kind of stuff. And the hope is that once we kind of get there, there's this, the end part of that process is this grieving process, then, that we've identified everything that we didn't know before. We've thought about things. We've looked at our trauma. We've come to terms with it. And then there really is the grieving for healing the trauma, because the grieving is coming to terms with, right? Coming to terms with the loss of, and whatever that loss is that you fill in the blank there for. So I want to start building our discussion here about healing ourselves through this grieving process. I decided to take things back another step from that and talk about body memories today again, because of a couple of different reasons. And one was because something just popped up in the news today, and I thought, oof, this is so perfect. We need to go back and, let's talk about our body memories, and how do we know something even though we don't know it? We can't recall it. We thinking about it, and there's no memory there. Meaning I can't think about it. There's no brain memory that I can recall. But I can be triggered. And my body can be triggered. And it's as sure as I'm sitting here, I know something happened to me at that neighbor's house on that particular night. I have no idea what. I can't remember particulars, but I know, my body knows when somebody puts their hand in front of my face like that, I flip. There's a reason for that. It's not just because I'm hysterical. My body remembers, even though my brain doesn't. And we started talking about this not quite genetic memory, Ben, and I'll explain what I mean by that in a minute. Trauma, and it's been proven through brain scans now, trauma lives within us, right? We know this. Crystal, my window is shut. I'm so sorry. We're just gonna have to power through with them today. I wish I could do something other than this, but I think they're playing football right outside my back door. So if you guys can bear with it, I'll try and just get myself a little closer to the mic so that maybe you can just hear me instead of hearing any of the alternate noise. I'm sorry. I wish I could. I'm surprised because normally when my window's shut, it's pretty decent. I'm surprised you guys can hear that. But so what are we talking about? Okay, yes. I wanted to share something with you because I came across this, and this is from 8 years ago. You and me both. You and me both, Misha. You know that those memories that you almost think are fake. Trauma being biological. Yeah, let's think about that one. All right, let me present this because this is from 8 years ago, and I want you to listen to this therapist and what she's saying the situation is. It's only like 30 seconds, so just listen.
Picture this. You're sitting at home alone watching YouTube videos, wondering why you can't find the motivation to do the things.
All right, there we go.
Everybody, happy Thursday. Now, today,
Hang on. Oh, my Lord.
and something that we've kind of.
And it went to something else. How did that work? Okay, this is just, is this going to be not my day again with the, all right. We are not going to do that then. Yeah, she's great. I do. Her name's Katie Morton. The actual video, I did link a description to it in the description, to the video description. I tried and it wouldn't. I hit the advance button. Yeah, I'll just tell you. Anyway, what she was saying is as of 8 years ago, there were people in the community that were arguing about whether or not your body has memories. Your body can have memories. And we think of muscle memory, right? And we think of our gut feelings. We have all these words for basically that exact thing. But of course, science hadn't proven it, hadn't definitively shown. Well, through these brain scans, they were able to show that the traumatic memories, what we think of as the memory, they encode physically and emotionally on us. And why does trauma do that? For our safety. It's protecting us. It's protecting us in two different ways. One, we know that survival skills, right, our unconscious thoughts, everything that our amygdala is in control over, happens lightning quick. Versus our conscious thought, maybe there's danger over there. So that trauma, things that we need to be aware of, fear, danger, these sorts of things, they are imprinted on the cellular level so that our body remembers when it sees something similar to go, oh, crap, I got to do something about this, and I got to do something about this now. Oh, awesome. Okay, yeah, put up a link to Jimena's show. She, I guess, is going to be talking about comfort and support on Monday. I think we're going to see a lot of, a a lot about this topic for the next couple of months. It's just, there's no magic bullet that's going to help you get through these times. If they're challenging for you, if there's something that you don't look forward to, it's just going to be through a lot of work and a lot of support. And I hope that you continue to stop in here. And as we go along, we'll be putting up everybody who's been doing stuff, everyone in the mental health field that we know that has channels out there that are, worth their salt. We'll throw up some links and you can check them out. Maybe they'll be for you. Maybe they won't. You guys just make your own decisions. So going back to what I was saying about demonstrating, this mind-body connection between our traumatic experiences being stored in our bodies. There has been, hey, Crystal Phoenix, how you doing? Yes, channels like yours. Absolutely. We'll throw yours up too. Hey, Jimena. Glad you are here. So Katie Morton, the therapist that I was trying to pull her video up about, she talks about a patient who she had who, when she would talk about her assault, and she would start getting very anxious about it, and her nerves were starting to go, the fear would start to become back. There would actually be a handprint that would show up on her neck. And when she calmed down and was, good at baseline again, it would go away. What? I mean, it's amazing. Our bodies are incredible things. We, as trauma survivors, know about this mind-body connection, because we know that when we have flashbacks, when we have panic, when something triggers us, we can feel that on a visceral level. We feel that in our bodies. It's that sense of smell that brought something back. It's feeling that person's hand on our arm again. So we understand that there is this connection. And what happened this week is they just put out a paper, it was out of NYU, New York University, that has shown that non-brain cells, so non-neural cells, can actually learn, can store memory. And by the way that they did this was they took a kidney cell and a nerve cell, and they passed pulses through them, electrical currents basically. And they would do it at a certain pattern. And they did it in two different ways. One, just kind of like all at once, just here, blah, 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 and just inundated it with a bunch of signals in the certain pattern that it wanted. Kind of like cramming for a test. You're trying to get all the knowledge into your brain all at once. Then they did what are termed mass-spaced pulses. So they spaced them. They would do the pulses, right? And then wait a while. And then they do the pulses again. Basically, repetition and learning, right? Well, what they were able to see for the first time, my understanding, is that the memory portion of the gene was turned on when it was trying to learn and trying to understand this pattern. Same as, it's the same gene, same memory gene that the brain flips when it's learning something new, when it's trying to grasp a concept. So it showed that these two different, very different types of cells can flick it. Well, if they can flick it, I don't see why any type of cell in your body can't flick a memory cell. Right? Makes sense to me. It's a really interesting read. I mean, it's very technical, but a lot of the stories kind of give you just the summary of what I said. I did link the actual document, the actual study, though, in the description below in case anybody wants to read it. It is pretty fascinating. Crystal Phoenix will be in and out. That is fine. Love, love, love to have you here when you are. Oh, wow. He just said she has a friend who noticed every time she was down on herself, the next day she would have bruises all over her body. We were finally able to understand the connection, and she's much better with it. That's got to be some scary stuff, seeing that. I'd certainly think I was beating myself up at night, right? I mean, going, what in the world? How? But I know as sure as I'm sitting here, I've woken up from dreams with scratches, things that didn't seem like they should be there, like not my nail scratches. I can't explain it, whether it was something like that or not. I don't know, but I know it only ever happened to me once, and it was after a very, very traumatic dream, reliving a nightmare. Yep. We need to learn to trust our guts. When we say we have a gut feeling about something, it's a premonition. It's all animals have this gut sense. This is survival. This is the basis, or the base instincts. Stay, go, food, hunger, and they help keep us alive. %. And I think that they've proven this by now. I was listening to a talk by Gabor Mate. The more I listen to him, the more I love this guy. I mean, he's world renowned. A couple of different things. One, he was saying that the gut actually has more neurotransmitters to the brain. So pathways that go from it to the brain than the brain has in itself. That's incredible. Absolutely. Definitely. Jimenez says we're programmed not to follow our gut instincts and we need to listen. We do. We are. We've been taught to ignore that part of ourselves. You're not being logical. You're thinking with your emotions. Don't do that. Every time I have ignored my gut, I have regretted it, especially when it's been on major decisions, because something else seemed more important. There was another reason why, all the reasons why I should be doing why I should be doing it or should not be doing it. Generally, was should be doing it. This is why I should be doing it, because of all these reasons. And my gut that says it's just not the right one for me. It's just not the right guy for me. Out the window, right? Crystal Phoenix says she works in reprogramming that exact mindset. Yes, we're told we're not being rational. We're too sensitive. Exactly. All of it. All of it. I need to apologize right in the middle of this whole stream and say, guys, my thoughts are kind of going today, even though I have my notes and I'm trying to keep them like more organized in my brain. I know what I want to say, but I think the cold's still just kicking my butt. I'm going to blame it on that because I am still really tired from it. Crispy pizza, woohoo, for the win. There you go. Jimena, Crystal Phoenix absolutely loves you. And I will admit, I haven't seen enough of either one of you guys. I want to see more. Also, oh, Keela. I did not I subbed to her. I did not get any information on that. In regards to her going live yesterday, I guess she's now got 1,000 subs. That's wonderful. If anybody knows her, I did drop my email in a comment in one of her recent videos, but I'm not sure if it's something that she would see or know who I am, or, that I'm a kind person to actually email back. So if anybody does know her and wants to just tell her, hey, I'm looking to connect with her as well, that would be awesome. Oh, that would be great, Jimena. Yeah, if you could just let her know. I'd love to connect with her, to either A, collab in the future, or B, just to connect with her as somebody else who's in the mental health space. I think it's really important for all of us to do that. We are certainly widening the support network for everyone. And I am thrilled with this. And to see these little channels just building and building and building and building. I think that the next 5 years, the rest of this decade, that focusing on truth and healing and our mental well-being is going to become even more important. I think there's definitely going to be a focus on it. I think you're also going to see, as we have been, I believe, a trend away from materialism, away from consumerism, not to an incredible degree, but a pulling away from that. One thing that will not be unconsumed, though, will be this cookie. And I am showing it to you right now just because I happened to look over at it and I'm starving. And David came home with these cookies. They are from our local pizza parlor that is literally like just down the road from me. And they make them fresh there every day. And then they wrap them up like this. And they are the most yummy things in the universe. And I'm just so thrilled that I got one. Oh, hey, great. Todd went live just before me. I missed it. I'm going to have to go over and see. Todd, the skull you made my son has been mounted. It has been mounted. I have no idea what he used to mount it in the car. But Todd made a resin skull, purple and black, and it was just great for my son. I gave it to him as a graduation gift, so he loves it. He is sleeping, though, because they are working like 60-hour weeks. Making bank, though, for an 18-year-old, I tell you, but he's definitely whipped. Definitely. I came across this quote by Gabor Mate, and it's one of his most famous quotes, so you very well may have heard it. He says, trauma is not what happens to you. Trauma is what happens inside of you as a result of what happens to you. And I really like this, and I love how he puts it. It's just a simple reminder. This is what we know. There is a traumatic event that occurs, and then you have the trauma, right? The trauma in our body, and then we have the trauma effects from it. And just this reminder that it happens as a result of stuff that is done to you. Because in keeping with this theme, with the notion of body memories, this is how, before we are even able to preserve memories for, adult recall, or even recall later in childhood, we need to be able, oh gosh, guys, I had something so great and I looked at your comments. See, this is my downfall sometimes. When my head is scattered, I cannot look at your comments or I'll totally lose it. Oh, this is such a new feeling, guys, losing my train of thought so easily. Really am learning to deal with ADHD as an adult, as just having figured it out. There's some pieces of it I am just still all over the place with. So bear with me. I'm learning along with you guys. Genetic memories from childhood. Just keep talking, Ben. We'll get back to it somehow. If you don't journal, I really encourage you to start journaling on some level between now and the end of the year. This is a time when, whether you liked it or not, there was heavy emphasis put on this time of year, whether it was something that was, important in your household, the holidays were important and you did stuff, or whether you had absentee parents and you never did anything, whether that be for Thanksgiving or for Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you happen to celebrate. Maybe you didn't celebrate anything. Maybe your parents were Jehovah's Witnesses and they didn't believe in holidays, or celebration of holidays, I should say. I know that my mom loved Christmas trees, and my brother and I wanted gifts on Christmas because everybody came back from Christmas break and said, "What did you get? What did you get? What did you get?" And I'd be like, "Nothing." It'll be like everybody for Easter, spring break, they'd come back and I got this for Easter, and I got this for Easter, and I got this for Woody. I don't do Easter. So, we don't do Easter. We would get Easter baskets like a couple days after, when they went on 75% off or whatever, because all we wanted was the stuff in it. We didn't care about the basket or the fake stuff that was in it, or any of that. But just wanted the candy. Everybody else got candy. I want candy too. The reason I say journal is because there very well could be a flood of memories. A lot of what we have to work through with our childhood are going to be things that we don't know, that we don't remember, that hidden trauma that is there somewhere. Is it for everybody? No, but I know for certain there is for me. I may never 100% remember beyond a certain point, or to get to a certain nugget of trauma. But I think that I can identify enough with it that I'll be able to grieve it out, to get it out. But I do find that as I sit around these times, if I think about holidays past, one memory kind of leads to another, leads to another, leads to another. And it may be something that's not even a holiday memory, not even related to this time of year, but is something very significant that I need to think about. I need to process. I need to try and remember more, whatever that might be. So I really encourage you, if you can't manage every day, at least once every other day, even if it's just a sentence or two, whatever happens to be on your mind, whatever memories come up, whatever thoughts go through. Very true. Crystal Phoenix says suppression is the subconscious mind's way of protecting your conscious mind from trauma. And this is why we get sick, guys. As Gabor Mate says, he talks a lot about people pleasing. and that if you can never say no, your body will do it for you. And it's those of us who end up in that situation that take it as a wake-up call that can heal from that and can make a very full physical recovery. But then if you continue on with it, an emotional recovery as well. And hopefully no more sicknesses like this, right? Because what do we learn? That when we suppress things, when we shove all that stuff down, we're increasing our stress, which increases our cortisol, which decreases our immune system. Oh my goodness, guys. If Janet was here, she could get into the whole science behind the cancer and how it's easier. The immune system is suppressed. It's easier for cancer cells to multiply. You're not going to be able to catch it in time. I mean, when I got done kind of doing the research behind this, and I was just sitting here looking at all my notes from this view, everything made sense. I mean, I could see how, yeah, stuff happened to us as a kid. No fault of our own, but stuff happened to us. That helped shape our worldview. That helped shape how we grew up, what we believed in. That helped shape how many pieces we were fractured into, or what parts were ignored or shoved away or locked in a closet. I can always interview Shannon. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Shannon has been on here before, and definitely would love to have her back on, and we can chit chat. Sorry, guys, I'm just catching up with your posts a little bit. Thank you, Jimena. Lurk away. We love you. I am loving your channel too. I've just barely scratched the surface with seeing a couple of them, but there's so many of you guys are popping up with great things to say. And bye, Todd. Take care. And I don't care about, letters after your name. To me, the experiences that we have that have put us where we are, the tools that we've had to learn for our survival, for our mental health stability, these are the lessons that we pass on to each other. I always encourage you to have a professional therapist. There's no substitution for one in terms of really being able to get somebody who knows what they're talking about, listening to you and your problems on a one-on-one basis to help work through them, especially if that person is a trauma-informed counselor. That being said, it's not an option for everybody, and not everybody likes talk therapy. Keep in mind, though, not all therapy is talk therapy. There are, there's EMDR, which is eye movement. There's DMR, which is more body-based. So there's all different kinds of therapies that you can do. It's not just talk therapy, but encourage you to get with a licensed professional. Beyond that, because it's expensive and not always available in your area, whatever the case is. Thankfully, remote therapy has become a thing, which is wonderful for someone like me who did like to isolate. But more than that, just the time, drive to the doctor's office, sit there for a few minutes, 10 minutes while they getting rid of their other person and getting you pulled up. And by the time you're for a 45, 50-minute session, you're at least 2 hours out of your day. And if that's in your middle of your day, I've got to make those hours up somehow, somewhere, because I live paycheck to paycheck, right? So I need that money. And it just becomes a huge hassle. And I would cancel more appointments because I just couldn't fit it into my schedule. It got me so stressed out thinking about it, about how am I going to work this in this week? And I stopped going. So if you don't have something like that in your life, though, find a support system somehow, somewhere. And that is the wonderful thing here online. There's so many people that are branching out, that are talking about mental health and are coming at from different avenues. Some people come from a domestic violence background. Some come from abuse and neglect background from childhood. Some people have just had extremely traumatic personal events happen in their adult lives. We all come with those different experiences and helping to inform us about the use of our tools. Because the tools are just that. They're not going to fix you. It's just something for you to use to dig through the quagmire, right, of your life. Really. Bye-bye, Ben. Glad you stopped in. It is forced quiet time. And if you can fit that into your schedule, if taking those breaks works for you, great, do it. It just never worked for me in my schedule. So that's why it was always, harder. And yes, Ben brings up a good point. He starts listing water therapy, nature therapy, horse therapy, there's animal therapy, art therapy. There's all different kinds of ways that we can heal ourselves beyond talk therapy, beyond with just one particular professional to speak to. Excuse me. So definitely, take advantage of these tools. We've talked about them in the past. None of it's really going to change. We're going to talk more in the future. Particularly, I want to try to do a whole show on breath work and how important it can be just learning breath work. It is one of the easiest and fastest ways to calm your nervous system. Takes no equipment and very little time to be extremely effective. So I want to get into to looking at some of that. I think most of us have done some breath work in the past. There's inhaling really slow and then exhaling for a beat longer than when you've inhaled. Just anything that we're disrupting our sympathetic nervous system from firing off on all cylinders. And we want to calm ourselves down. Yeah, Misha, for some people, you're right. Whether it's because of their ADHD, whether it's just because of their schedule and their obligations, that if they don't go to appointments like that, they're not going to get any sit down time. They're not going to get any relaxation time. And can certainly understand why you'd want to go in a person and then do that and have that peace and quiet for that hour that you're in there. I like coloring mandalas. I'm not sure if that's what you really meant. Mark, how you doing? Missed you. Excuse me, I have got the hiccups now, guys. How are you doing? I've been drinking tea like it's going out of style because of this cold, and I kept thinking of you. More green tea, guys, more green tea. I'll tell you, that flu bomb that David makes is just the nastiest thing to have to try and choke down. But dang it, if I don't feel better. My cold, no, not so really, but my insides, like my digestion and my gut, whew. And I've only been doing it a few days, and I don't feel so bloated. I mean, you've got fresh ginger and fresh garlic and stuff that's, going in those. Blah. Very good for your digestion. Crystal, this is why I think that the breath work would be really good for you. Hey, Martha, how you doing? Because you don't have to close your eyes. If you don't want to close your eyes, don't. If that makes you more anxious, I'd encourage you to pick a focal point though, because part of the goal with the breath work is focusing on the breath. And it's easier to do with your eyes closed because you don't have that extra stimulus. So if you aren't going to close your eyes, if that's too triggering for you, pick a point on the wall or the carpet or, wherever that you can just stare. And it almost becomes a non-focal point. You're not focusing on it so much anymore, but you be a way to keep your eyes open. Oh, I get what you mean now. The forms of the mandalas make you focus on that repetitive pattern like breathing does. Yes. I like coloring mandalas because I think it's really fun. Apparently, if you have enough green tea, it can cause hallucinations. It's put as a question mark, and I have no idea the answers. I have not had any hallucinations yet, but I probably haven't had enough green tea. I mean, I've been drinking a lot of it, but I would imagine you've got to have a pretty good concentration of that. Misa says she's a big pattern gal. She sees patterns everywhere. Yeah, I think some of us are just wired to be able to see those kinds of things. Look at, I don't say numerology, but people who in mathematics who are really at the top of their field. The field medal is actually the top accolade in the field of mathematics. And these people who spend years and years and years, trying to solve these theorems and prove them false or prove it true, or, decades in the making, the way that they can see patterns is very unique. Deirdre, I'd imagine that's probably the same as, enough green tea can give you hallucinations, just like enough saccharin can give you cancer. I mean, they pump those mice so full of saccharin, you would have to eat, they like 500 packets of gum a day with the fake sweetener. So it was ridiculous. Anyway, most of the ones that they've been fake, anything's not great for you, but it didn't directly cause cancer. Max says tea makes you pee. Dehydration causes hallucinations. Oh, well, that I can understand. That'd be interesting. You drink a gallon of green tea before noon every day? Crystal sees colors and everything. Janet, say hi to your mom. Give her a hug. Yeah, diet soda, thankfully, doesn't have any calories. They're empty calories, even if it did have calories. So that's why, of course, it's not great to drink that. If you guys caught any of, I want to backtrack, squirrel moment again. Thursday evening, Misha was talking about a new objective she is embarking on, something called the Village, and about getting different content creators together that I don't know if it's just the mental health fields or what, but check it out. She explains it on there. if you didn't explain it enough, she's going to be explaining on other people's channels even more. David kind of got on this channel and got a little exuberant, and we took up a lot of time. And I'm very, very, very sorry. Yeah, we'll definitely have to hear more about it. Misha, I would love to have you on the show to talk more about it, as everything is rolling along. Jimena, I'd love to speak to you as well. Email me if you could, Jimena. I would greatly appreciate that. I would like to connect with you as another content creator. I think it's important that we're able to get together. Sorry, I'm reading. Yeah, saccharin is really bad for you. Hey, Flick, how's it going? How's England today? I can tell you it's like 55 and cold. I cannot complain for November. I really cannot complain. Oh, great. So Surviving Together, sass@gmail.com is the address, and it is there is a link in the description of every video. It's just an automatic that goes on there. You're so sweet, Misha. Yes, David is very excited about his company. He is it's culmination of years of work to be able to do this. And he was so excited to share it with all of you guys. So 50% of net profits of all merchandise sales will go to charity. And then there's a whole nother piece to it involving kids that he is going to speak on the 21st, I think it is, on My Other's Keeper. And he's going to talk about that aspect of the company, another way to give back to the community. I guess you could put it that way. It's not giving to a particular charity, but it is lifting our kids up. The Love Ray Company is David's company. The motto, I can't say the official motto, I haven't memorized it yet, but essentially it's be kind, let's be kind to each other. Let's figure out how to be kind, and let's spread it. So definitely a much needed he did, Misha, he was so thrilled, and he's little things have been happening over the last couple of days, and I think that it's it's getting to the point where there's going to be something big that's going to happen. I just got a feeling, and I don't know when that's going to happen, but it's going to be soon. So I don't know what, but we'll feel. You have a weird November, cold but still too warm. Yeah, that's like when the sun is out. When the sun was out this morning, even though it was 55, it felt so much warmer than as long as the sun was on you. But the sun's not on you, I swear it could be 40 out there. It's like bone cold. But every year this has been going on. We've been staying warm and warmer longer, and our actual winter isn't starting until well into December. And even last year, I think we got one snow by the end of the year. I think. Yeah, I think we had, but they were all short. We'd have a huge blizzard, and then it'll last for a day or two, and then it'd be gone. And we'd have, warm ups and stuff. So I don't know. It's supposed to be a cold winter, so we'll see. Oh, Flick, I'm glad that your stress level is going to go down at least. I know that on one hand, money stress, goes up, but cold enough for your bad knee to act up. Okay. Shannon, I have been taking your glucosamine, turmeric, chondroitin capsules, and I gotta say, I'm still waiting. My knees this week. Oh my gosh, my right knee, I swear to God, it almost gave out on me this week. It just it would not. I don't know what's gonna happen. We'll see. It's almost like the kneecap was gonna go. Oh man, yesterday we were sitting out on the deck and it was just, I mean, blue sky. Again, it was like 55. The sun was shining. The noise from the birds, oh my gosh. And you could see them and they just go from tree to tree, the entire flock. They're just shoof, shoof. Shannon said it didn't say they'd work. You just hope they'd work. Well, I'm waiting. I give it at least a bottle. I mean, this is one of those types of things, just like antidepressants. It's not going to an immediate thing. It's got to get it time to get into your body and build up and all that kind of stuff. So we'll hope that they keep going. I think I've still got I think I've probably only been a couple weeks that I've been on them. Just feels like longer because even though they're capsules, they're still horse pills. You got to know that, right? You're supposed to take 3 of them a day. Between choking down the flu bomb mixture in the morning. Oh, you got a lot of rain down there in Oklahoma. We had about, I want to say 40 minutes and it was, the sky opened up. It was going sideways. The wind was going so hard. It was incredible. Hot and cold, twisters all over. Yeah, I can only imagine. That's got to mess with the weather. At least, are we through hurricane season? Shannon, I'm hoping we're through hurricane season. No, it's just beginning. Shoot. Now that I think about it. Oh, that's interesting. I love hearing about where it is. We've got somebody in Germany. We've got somebody in Ireland. We got somebody in England, Canada. We got Australia pops on every now and then. Of course, we've got our U.S. contingent. Hurricane season ends December 1. Why did I always think there were... I always thought that there were some more in the Caribbean. Janet, I swear, just insert Michigan because this is what we say about Michigan too. And then I'll say it and somebody will be like, that's what we say about my state. Blah, blah, blah. Seriously, we can have it raining and with the skies shine, and sun shining. It's supposed to end, but it's been going longer. Okay, right, because of the hurricanes. That makes sense, Martha. My son is home. I think with that, guys, I am going to get going. It's about 1/4 after. My son is home now. I haven't seen him in a few days. He's been working so much. and I definitely want to catch him. I gotta get some pictures posted for you guys. One of my cats, actually, I was outside and I was on my phone and I was kind of hunched over like this. Literally, he jumped and he laid down right here. He's like, "Your lap's busy? I'll take a neck. That's fine." Rick, good to see you. Glad you stopped by. Oh, I did it again, didn't I? I forgot to welcome you all to Surviving Together. You better know where you are when it starts, because I am the worst at actually after the intro's doing, I'm saying something. I'm gonna get there though. I'm gonna get one down, and it's just gonna be the bomb. Surviving Together, welcome. Welcome to our SAS community. We love having you guys here. What else can I say? Oh, I actually was going to say something, and then I forgot. That is just so typical. Seventh, I am enjoying your jokes. I'm just not reading them out loud. I think, yeah, who are you? What are you watching? I just got clicked on this channel, and I have no idea what in the world is going on. Oh, Crystal, I'm sorry you've had some headaches. Let's throw some ones up just for anybody who needs it, for anybody who's having a rough time emotionally, physically, just to have all that good juju out towards each other. I can't wait to talk to you guys some more. Wednesday is a little iffy, guys. I'm going to be honest. I'm not sure. I have a friend flying in from DC on Wednesday, and David leaves on Friday next week. So if I do a live, it's probably going to be a shorter one, maybe like a half an hour. So, and I may do it at like 5 instead of 6. So I may move the time up. Just pay attention to the posts. And if you haven't gotten any notifications, check the website, check the channel, see what's up. I will definitely try and keep you guys posted. As of now, I still plan on having it at 6 o'clock. If it changes, though, I will let you know. All righty. Noon on Monday, Shannon is going to be on Jimena's channel. Misha just threw the link up for that. So it is at 11 Central Time. So that's going to be noon Eastern Time. And if you're in any other time zone, do the math, right? I will probably be working, so I don't know that I'll be able to make it for the lives. I'll try and remember. Somebody shoot me a text or an email or something to remind me, because I'm not getting notifications lately. And that reminds me, guys, check your subscription status. We've had some big bumps up and down this past week, and I don't know if it's just because of YouTube or what, but make sure you're still subscribed. If you haven't subscribed, why not? We do some great things here, and you'll always find some wonderful people to connect with. Click that like button, guys. That would be awesome as well. And if you feel like commenting, even if it's just to say hi, the algorithm really likes that as well. Pushes our videos out to more people. The more people see our videos, the more people that can join us and take advantage of this safe space. Because that is what it is about. Oh, thanks, Martha. Yeah, we broke two. I think we were like 232, 233. That was like at our top, and then we went down again. So we're pushing for that 230. I'm really pushing for that 250. The fact that Keela, and I know Blessed Crochet have hit 1,000 is fabulous. And I know that I'm not going to do my 1,000 subscribers by February, and I'm okay with that. 2025 is our year. 2025 is our year. We'll hit it hard. Grumble time zones. I love all our communities. They are so wonderful. So guys, check out some of these other people that we've been talking about. Okay. I do have a link of a lot of our channels. By our, I mean people who are in our SAS community. I have them on a link. If yours is not there and you would like it to be linked on my main page, please just shoot me an email with your link and I will pop it up there. Okay. Misha just put up a channel to Keela's, to put up a link to Keela's channel as well. And guys, we know that not everyone can make all the lives. Not all subjects are going to be as interesting to some people as they may be to others. You may want to catch it on a replay on a ×2 because it's something that you pretty much know about or just are in need of that live connection or don't have time for that live connection that day. And that's totally fine. Totally fine, guys. We understand that. And that is one of the reasons I am excited that we have so many different people offering a space within the mental health field that is patterning off of this connection, that are not just, putting videos out, because there's plenty of videos out there on mental health. It's this ability to connect with each other and make a difference in our lives that is really, truly unique about this channel and the ones that have sprung up all around in the recent, maybe last year, maybe a little bit more. If some of them, I'm not sure how long everyone's been going on. All right, that's it. Love you guys. And please remember, you are worthy, you are valuable, and you are strong because you're a survivor. And most of all, you're loved for who you are, just the way you are. Hugs and love for me, guys. Mwah! I will see you possibly on Wednesday. Definitely next Saturday right here, 3 p.m. Eastern. Bye, guys.